It's Friday. Welcome to the Real Talk Corner podcast, where we dive deep into personal journeys and topics that inspire and transform us on a mind, body, soul, and spirit level. I'm your host, Ariana Gutierrez, and today we are going to fuck around because it is Friday. So today, I don't really have any guests or main topics today, but I wanted to just kind of look at some TikToks that I've come across and I've been sent, because I get sent a lot of stuff. So we're gonna look at that and kind of laugh, talk about it. If there's anything that you guys want to discuss at a longer length, just let me know. Got my co-host back here chilling. We could go through them. I love talking about pretty much everything and anything and discussing it in a way where we could talk about it, enlighten all of us together, and kind of expand our consciousness, right? So, um, also, it's freaking November already. Like, how the hell did it get to this month? It's crazy, 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 crazy. I want you guys to stay humble, stay focused as we're coming to some of you guys. This is the end of the year for you guys, not me, because I'm with the season. So my new year is in springtime. So right now, this is not the end of the year for me, but it is a time to the holidays and all the things that we do around this time with family, friends. Be safe, you guys, drinking and driving, all of those things, partying. Make sure that you guys are looking out after each other, that you're coming together to really look after each other while you're out and about. The world is crazy, but also there's so much love and beauty in this world, and then we definitely can work together. So let's get into it. The Real Talk Corner. We back. We in the building. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, fighting my way through the darkness where the wicked don't rest. Conscious aware, truth I dare, shield tight to my chest. My tenacity can put these motherfuckers to the test. High priestess of fire, alchemistic desire. I say manifest and shit, even when I am tired. You can call me amazing by the bricks I've been laying, but you'll never call me lazy, cause my vibes are devastating. In the league of my own, spitting real talk energy. I know a little something about a thing called synergy. This is already throw with sending masses away from me. Listen up, cause we about to set your mind, body, and soul free. First one I want to play. I feel like I just was randomly talking. randomly talking today.
I know what's about to happen next, but I'm already thanking God for what He's about to do. I can feel His hands around me, and I can feel Him telling me just to my course stay true. I'm understanding that in my journey, I'm not always going to have a clear view. I just got to put one.
I wanted to play it real quick because this is whatever this viral Black men viral video, which I think is one of these things that we have to stop promoting. We have to stop promoting this shit. Stop making it like it's funny. Yeah, he fell. I saw some comments. But I don't know who this person is, but I saw some comments that are like laughing because he fell. But this is someone who's breaking in home. We don't know the extent of what's going on. We don't know the extent of what's happening. All we know is that someone is breaking in. We don't know anything else than that. So I thought some of these comments were just one of those things where, it's easy to watch something, laugh, and make a joke out of it, but I think that there's so much negativity out there that if we keep sharing it in that way, there's no context. Someone's seeing that. It's very easy to make a judgment. It's very easy to be like, oh, this is how all Black men are. It's very easy to start making these stereotypes. So instead of that, let's go, let at least say some context with that. What else happened so we know the story? I just don't like when I see that stuff because I feel like it just feeds into the narrative. Okay. So can we do better? Can we do better? And y'all watching this shit and commenting, it's not y'all, my viewers, but the stupid people over there. Okay. Came across this video that talks about a female entrepreneur. And I like the conversation because she's actually giving some gems here. And, I don't promote that this is what success looks like because a lot of people have it in their brain that you got to be an entrepreneur, you got to do this, you got to start a company to be successful, and you don't. But if this is the route you want to take, if this is the road you want to go to, then I would suggest that you listen to when people are giving you these gems and these information because it's real, it's true, and you need this stuff to get ahead. You have to focus and have like there's a couple of things that are either going to make you win or going to make you fall when you are putting together any type of business, corporation, brand, any of those things. Okay, so let's listen.
Excuse me, ma'am. Question for you. Is this your Ferrari?
Yes, it is.
And what do you do for a living out here in Scottsdale to be able to afford a Ferrari?
I'm an entrepreneur.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
3 years.
3 years?
Yes.
And I go all over the country just asking business owners their best advice to new entrepreneurs. Could I ask you a couple quick questions for the channel?
Sure.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
So the most amount of money will be this year. We'll do north of 20 million annual reoccurring revenue.
$20 million.
20 million.
Now, as a multiple eight-figure entrepreneur, what was the best financial advice that you ever received?
You have to bet on yourself. A lot of people value money over valuing themselves. I value myself over money, which is why
That part of valuing yourself is kind of top. I've said this on multiple podcasts. I've said this on multiple lives when I'm doing the lives. You have to be the first one to believe in yourself. You have to be the first one to say, I can do this. I got this. And you have to be your first cheerleader. You have to, because no matter what you do, especially if you're doing something new that's never been done, people are going to look at like, who are you to do something new? Who are you to change the game? Who are you to start something new? So you really do have to be that person that believes in what you're bringing to the table. Because if you don't believe, if you don't value what you're doing, if you don't value your product, if you don't have that confidence, you're not going to make it. You will fall. So having that value, not in exactly what she's saying, not in the money, not in what you're going to do, in what you have to be that top first, and then everything else just kind of correlates with what you're bringing to the table.
that's why I'm so rich.
What took your company from 7 to 8 figures?
Marketing and sales is huge. If you don't have somebody overseeing and driving the function of marketing and sales, you don't have a business. But then the challenges you face as
That marketing, hands down, is key. Like I've gone through creating my own businesses and also letting go of those businesses. And you do have to put a lot of time and effort into marketing. And you do have to take the time to market. I would say this to people all the time. You can't expect just to do bare minimum and expect people to find you. Yeah, word of mouth is cool. Yeah, you know, um, maybe having a store friend is cool, but you really have to go to this point of spending some money to market, having people, market your stuff, t-shirts, whatever it is that you're doing. But having someone who is skilled in marketing, having someone who's knowledgeable in marketing actually can go a long way. And social media is probably one of the biggest places to market. And if you learn how to use it to your advantage, then you can market effectively. But a lot of people don't. So that becomes a problem. So if you're really into business, marketing is key. If you don't market, you're not going to get to where you want to. You're going to have to spend some money on your marketing, and you should.
as a business owner is not just capturing the demand and then converting it, but fulfilling the service so that the client experience doesn't break. So that requires somebody who has a lot of operational experience to come in and build systems and process.
How old are you now?
43.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I was actually 40. So it's never too late.
But if you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self when you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
To not give a fuck what anybody thinks about you. You have to believe in yourself. I think when I was younger, I didn't have relentless belief in myself and I wasn't unapologetic about who I was. It took me a long time to be who I am today.
True shit. Yeah. So she basically gave you guys some gems because it's never too late. I was 40 when I left my career and decided to go off on my own. And that was scary, but I haven't been back to work with no one else. And I have reinvented myself a couple of times, but I personally don't want a business. I don't, I don't want a corporation. I don't want any of that. After dipping my toe in a couple years and just all of the back end things that you need to do, I don't want to be running shit. I just want to find a calm and quiet place to do my thing and help as many people as I can in the process. But that's just me. Y'all do you. Strive for what you want to strive for. Okay. I like this one that I came across.
Just going to decide on something. Stop thinking that you're going to wake up on Monday morning and then have a perfect streak of perfect days where you do everything perfectly. You're not just going to decide on some random Sunday evening that you're going to wake up tomorrow and be a new person and do everything perfectly now, and it's going to be a straight line to the top. The objective is improvement, which means being a little bit better today than you were yesterday. When you're in a position where you have all these bad habits and you haven't developed the character traits to be the person you want to be, to think that you're just going to magically do that is ridiculous. You can't just change your personality on a whim. You have to incrementally change it over time by changing your actions. Don't think of it as I'm going to be a new person. Think of it as I'm going to get a little bit better every single day for the rest of my life.
I actually have another podcast that I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, micro goals. And the reason why I played that one is it's because so many people want to change. And I was like this too. I want to change my eating habits. I want to heal my traumas. I want to change the way I exercise. I want my knowledge and schooling, and I want to change my basically everything. The problem with changing everything is you get into these places of overwhelming yourself, overstimulating yourself, putting too many burdens on self. And so you do have to start with small, realistic goals, and you have to be real with yourself. And I talk about awareness a lot in pretty much every conversation I have, because awareness is key. If you are not aware of what you do, when you do it, and how you do it, that means becoming aware with your laziness, becoming aware with how much you procrastinate, right? You have to understand that to make these decisions to say, all right, I know that I'm going to do this, that, and the third. And I know when I get up, I feel like this, whether it's I feel like shit, I ain't got no energy. Well, damn, let me look at what am I doing in my life that's causing me to feel that way, right? Whether it's diet, whether it is just the choices you've made in your life that got you feeling like that. Maybe it's your job where you're unhappy. Maybe you're living in other people's expectations. Whatever it is, you got to become aware of your life first. Sit down with that and unpack how you react to everything. And then you can start making these micro goals. And again, go look for the other podcasts. We're going to talk about micro goals and how to effectively do this. I kept crashing, especially on the healing journey. Anyone who's taken on like true healing, when you got a lot of traumas, these deep wounds. And when you really start to open those and unpack those, it gets very difficult. You're dealing with a lot of emotional baggage that you don't even realize is heavy as shit. And it affects your mental capacity to do other things when you're dealing with that. And so a lot of times we're trying to deal with the emotional traumas or physical traumas or the memory of traumas in our mental health. And we think that we're just going to bypass that, or some people think they can bypass that and just go to the working out, eating good, this, that, and the third. But you can't get to that part if you're not effectively working on the emotional shit, the traumas that have you going around in circles, or the bad habits. Those bad habits are connected to a lot of things. And not everybody has traumas. Not everybody has, wounds that they're sticking to. Some of their bad habits are just bad habits, whether they were taught by their parents or peers around them, or their personality has developed where they have taken on most of the negative traits versus the positive traits of who they are, right? So regardless to how you've gotten to where you're at, you have to get to this point where I'm aware of how I do things, and then realistically, how is that going to change? When I plateaued in my weight, I was sitting here like, what the hell? I worked with a trainer. I was down to like 1,200 carbs, and I lost 30 pounds, and then I plateaued. And even the trainer was like, you should be losing more weight, blah, 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 getting on me like, what am I not doing right? And I told him at the time, I was like, this weight is not connected just to what I'm eating in my physical activity, because I was in the gym every day. And I was looking really good, but I didn't get past that 30 pounds. And it was like, this weight is connected to other things. It's connected to traumas. I'm actually a very healthy person. I'm not diabetic. I don't got all these different crazy things. I could go to the doctor and have a blood test. They're like, oh, you're fine. You just, they look at me like, oh, you just need to go eat better. But I was saying like, this is connected to, it's deeper. And so I didn't understand it until I got into this spiritual path, and I really started to unpack a lot of wounds. And then I saw that I have a lot of shit that's embedded in my DNA, a lot of shit that's embedded in my memory. And little by little, I have been opening up those and working with it, right? So again, you you got to get to this place to become aware of who you are, and you got to work on that. Like I had to really unpack all the years and decades of my depression and grief and trauma. And those things were very deep, and I'm not done with that. So you really have to sit with those things to get to the mental capacity to say, okay, I'm ready to push in these other areas. I feel better about myself. I feel worthy to eat cleaner and healthier. I feel worthy that I deserve to be energetic, and exercising is not anything against me. It's actually something that inspires me, like walking. And I tell people all the time, start with walking, simple walking, to clear your mind, to feel that little burst of energy. You will start to like it more and more. But again, start small, something realistic, because if you don't start small, you're never going to get to the outcome. And some of the biggest things is just stopping and remembering, what are all the things that got you to where you are today. If you're sitting here today and you're like, man, I don't like things about my life, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, I'm tired, all of those things that got you here are the things that you need to start to change. And that sometimes is of course easier said than done, right? But if you don't have the mental capacity to do so, you will not do it. You will keep failing. You will keep going back to the old paradigm. You will keep going back to the old ways. You will keep going back to that negative part of you until you work with that. So my thing is, micro goals are big. Put those into place. Yes, have your 5-year plan, 10-year plan, whatever those things are, but also put those micro goals in there, and so that you can reach them and get excited. Because when you hit those micro goals, you're like, yes, I did it. Pat yourself on the fucking back. In the beginning of my path, I just practiced showing up. I didn't put any expectation on myself to say, all right, I got to do this, because I did in the beginning. I did had all these expectations. When I didn't, I would get depressed. I would get mad at myself. I would start negatively talking to myself about what I'm not doing that I need to do. And then I started to change that to just show up. So if it was like, okay, I want to wake up at 7 a.m. and get up, and I want to go meditate, or I want to go work out, or whatever it is, right? And so didn't make it to meditate or didn't make it to work out, but I got up at 7 a.m. Struggle. The struggle was real. I'm not a morning person still. But it was like, all right, well, I got up. And so I had to change the way I thought about things to celebrate that and say, all right, I got up at 7 a.m. Oh shit, I'm watching the sun rise now, you know? So again, you got to give yourself like the kudos and the pat on the back to say, damn, I did that. I got up consecutively every day. I may not have got fully out of bed, but I got up. So again, go watch the other podcast about micro goals. I have a special guest that we talk about it. And she's a fitness and life coach. So we go into a lot of key ways to help you guys. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one because I can keep talking. I can keep talking and talking and talking. This one was funny as hell. This woke shit. I definitely am going to do a podcast on the woke virus, and I want to talk a little bit. I saw an interview on Elon Musk and his oldest son, and I do want to talk about that and the stuff from the woke shit. So I feel like we have this lovely term to wake up, to become awakened. And woke was supposed to be this positive term of people awakening, seeing things differently. But now we've gone overboard. And I am a Disney person, okay? Yes, I know there's a lot of shit behind Disney, but I was raised with Disney from when I was little. I loved every Disney movie. I raised my children with Disney. I mean, we literally watched every movie, owned every movie, VHS, may I add. So, I'm a big Disney fan. So this was hilarious to watch. But again, I think that we're going overboard in a lot of this shit. Does what they're saying make sense? Yes, we're about to watch it. Hands down, it makes sense. But it's just like, come on. Just Jesus.
Okay, well, we don't have to watch Snow White. It's all right.
Why is she Snow White? Why can't she be Snow Brown? Are they trying to say that white people are better than brown people?
No, I don't know. I don't think they're trying to say that.
And why is she living with 7 men? Isn't that polygamy?
No. Yes, probably. I don't. How do you even know that word?
Isn't that the one when she gets roofied with the poison apple? And she's falls into a deep sleep, and the only way to wake her up is a true love's kiss? I'm no lawyer, but that sounds non-consensual to me.
Okay, we don't have to watch Snow White. It's no biggie. But I have a bolter for you right now. It's Beauty and the Beast.
Is that the one where he kidnaps an innocent woman and holds her captive in a dungeon?
Yeah, that's the one.
And she suffers from Stockholm Syndrome, developing feelings of trust and affection towards her captor, which is typical of many cases of kidnapping or hostage taking. Exactly.
I guess, well, yeah, when you put it like that, then...
Not to mention the act of bestiality.
Okay, it's a hard no for the old Bee and the Bee. How about Dumbo?
Have you seen how they treat animals in the circus?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Where the evil CEO of a company lures children to his factory with the promise of candy? Not to mention the slave labor operation.
What slave labor operation?
The exploitation of Oompa Loompas. How much were they on per hour? I bet it was less than minimum wage.
Pinocchio.
Body shaming.
Sleeping Beauty.
Again, non-consensual.
That's right, I forgot that one. Cinderella.
Are you saying it's not right for a prince to date a cleaner? She has to pretend to be someone else to get his attention.
Oh my God, what is wrong with you kids?
We're woke.
I don't even know what that means.
It's so true. Like, it's crazy. The people today, kids today, you definitely cannot watch this shit anymore. It just takes the whole fun out of all of it. And I get it because they're not wrong. On so many levels, they're not wrong. But it's like, do we gotta be so woke that we just tarnish every fucking thing? I actually am going to do a podcast on comedy because comedy has been being hit so hard by this woke shit. And a lot of comedians are getting just talked about, demeaned. And it's like, why are we attacking comedy as if it's this bad thing? Some of the biggest things that helped us get through life was laughing at ourselves. If we didn't bring that joy to laugh at ourselves, there were some harsh times that we probably couldn't even get through. So I'm not understanding why we're attacking comedy like it is, and I'm not gonna say why weak because I ain't attacking them, but definitely going to talk about it with you guys. All right, let's see. This one right here, I was like, people in this world, I swear, ain't just don't have no sense of.
I'm pregnant and my daughter is pregnant too.
And why are you telling us?
We're pregnant by the same man,
Jesus Christ, on the motorbike. Who?
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, why? Ezekiel, you are supposed to be a prophet, but you are here fertilizing mother and daughter.
Her boyfriend, the one I gave some tail to on his 18th birthday.
Man, giving tail to your daughter's boyfriend is so wrong. More wrong than 2 plus 2 equals to 22.
Wow.
Like, really, that's my daughter, but for real, my heart ain't there with her.
Same way your heart is not there. Your tail should not have been with Ezekiel either.
Real shit.
She up here getting pregnant by Ezekiel, knowing Ezekiel is no good.
What about you? This is like pharmacy telling hospital you smell like medicine.
I'm so disappointed in you, Shekinah Glory. Get out my house.
I have been to 7 recycling plants and I have still never seen this type of mess in my life before.
I had to be executed by.
You know, the sad part about that is, why the fuck are you on the internet telling the internet? Why is this not a private conversation between you and your ratchet ass child? And you, the fucking mother. I don't understand these women. All right, I'm a mom. My daughter is, I got a 27-year-old. I have a goddaughter who I raised. She's in her 30s. Ain't no fucking way that I could ever see myself doing some crazy shit like this or even remotely liking somebody, you know what I mean? And doing some shit like this. I don't understand the women that do. I don't understand the mothers that are in competition with their children. These are your fucking children. Why are you in competition with them? Why are you scheming on the men that are with them? There's enough fucking people in this universe. I'm just not understanding it. I could never. There's no way in no universe where me and my daughter are pregnant together by the same dude. Like, what the fuck? There's just some lines you do not cross. I don't know why this is so hard for people. And we go to the next idiotic story. I know a lot of people do shit on TikTok, you guys. Comment below what you think about the stories we've talked about. I know a lot of people do shit for clout. I know a lot of people do shit for clicks. I know a lot of this stuff is staged and it's funny, hee hee ha ha. But when you think about it as a subject, right? When you think about it, you're like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like this shit, what I would wear to the electric chair. And I love the guy who's doing this because him talking in between it is funny as hell. But it's like, who sat here and thought about this? What would I wear to be on an electric chair? Like, you got a fucking choice. You'd be in a goddamn jumpsuit from the prison. But you know what? I digressed.
By the electric chair, this is what my outfit would look like.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna wear this Pikachu sweater to the electric chair because Pikachu is an electric type Pokemon.
What the fuck is going on here? I am not computing.
It's really gonna go with the whole electric chair burnt to a crisp vibe.
Being burnt is a vibe? Jesus Christ on the motorbike. Me, I don't understand this generation. And I thought I was in this generation.
For pants, you guys, I'm gonna go with these black Levi's because I heard if you wear black pants on the electric chair, it doesn't hurt as bad if you were to wear like white pants.
Who told you that? Who survived the chair to be telling tales of the chair? Are you talking to ghosts?
So for shoes, you guys, I'm gonna go with these blue Nike high top dunks just because I think blue is gonna manifest me not burning as much because it is the color of water.
You are mistaken. Blue will be like, bro, you did the crime, you do the time. In heaven, I hope for your sake.
Electric chair fit is almost done. I'm
almost done. No, bro, go now. There's no time. They are waiting for you. Michael Jackson wants to meet you.
There's just no way. Like, like I said, I get it. I get a lot of this shit is for clicks. I get it. A lot of it's for clout. It's a lot of people doing dumb shit just to get clicks, and rightfully slow. So everybody wants to get paid with this social media stuff. But I just am like, the idea of that, like, the idea is like, what? All right, one more, y'all, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Or maybe a couple more. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about these ones in the comments.
I'm not joking right now. You came out to eat and you ate $20 worth of food. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay. What do you
Did you did you or did you
I
not
didn't even
eat?
order dessert.
You ordered the bowl and you ordered the hash browns, and that's $18.75. Look at $18.75 with taxes. It was $3.86, so I'm just breaking it down. Split that up. $3.86. Half of that is almost $2. I'm thinking like $1.80 or something like that. So you owe $20.
It doesn't even matter what I order, what I didn't order. What I'm saying, why would I have to pay even half of it when you're here? That's what you're here for.
I'm here. I asked you, did you want to go out to eat with me? I didn't say I was gonna pay.
Oh, okay.
Is that common sense? Do you just go and sit down at restaurants and just figure that they're gonna pay for you?
You just want to be put in the friend zone, right? Not even that. You know what? Here, whatever. I don't care.
What are you acting all? Why are you acting all weird like that?
I'm not acting weird. Just spank.
No, you got a little spank attitude.
Yes, of course I'm gonna have an attitude.
See, I'm gonna tell you where I was a gentleman at, because all them little bites that you ate off my French toast. Mm-hmm. No, hear me out. No. All them little bites, them bites you got off my plate. You know what I'm saying? That was
I talk about this all the time. Women are very entitled, and I have so many podcasts on this where women are very entitled to what a man has, and you really do have to ask these questions, especially in this day and age. You have to say, like, hey, you said let's go out. Are you treating, or do I need to pay my own way? Me personally, I don't go out on a date broke. I never have, even when I was in my 20s. I never had that where, oh, you just gonna pay for me attitude. Just that's been my thing. I've never been that type of female who's trying to play people for money, for dates, for food. I just think it's stupid and wrong. Anywho, so when you look at that, when you're going out with someone, first you should have your money. You should be ready to pay your own way. I think that this idea that men are supposed to wine and dine you and impress you, I think this is the problem, because they shouldn't have to impress us. You should be getting to know this person. You should have a conversation with this person, and the entitlement that he has to pay for you because that's what men do is wrong. So again, get off your soapboxes. Have the conversation before. It's a very easy conversation. Ring, ring. Hey, how are you? Hey, you want to go out to eat? Sure. Hey, so are we going half? Are you treating? Because he'll be like, oh no, I'm treating. It's my treat. Okay, cool. Or he'll be like, nah, we're gonna split it. Okay, cool. And you could have made your decision right then and there to be like, you know what? I only date people who pay for me. And I feel like that shows you, have these conversations, you guys, because you'll see what the person truly wants. Someone who is out for just money or out for a good time is going to make a big deal out of this. Because for me, the first dates is not a big deal. Like, okay, you want me to pay my own way? Sure, I can. I'm not coming on this date broke. So I feel like you need to, again, ladies, step back. And I know ladies won't like this. It's okay. I don't agree with y'all asses doing that shit. I think it is this entitlement and this fucking bullshit that y'all do is just, it's ugly. It's ugly. All right. So I got one more for y'all though.
Finally at the small talk. What's your you finally at the small talk. What's your credit score?
It's 800.
Check. Are you financing anything? Are you currently in debt?
No, actually, I own everything outright, and I pay cash.
When's the last time you've been to the doctor?
I go twice a year.
Blood work come back clean?
Pristine.
What's your diet like?
I eat pretty clean. I have my cheat days, but I use the Yuka app.
You use the Yuka app too?
Hell yeah.
I'll be up in there scanning everything.
Scan everything.
Have you had any STDs, contracted any STDs, or spread any STDs?
Absolutely not. I stay protected.
This was actually my next question, so
Write it down.
check that off. Are you gay?
What?
I mean, if you are, that's fine, but you can't be bi. I can't compete with no man, so I need to know.
I love women and women only. Matter of fact, I'm a one-woman man.
Who you voting for, Trump or Biden?
Well, that's kind of.
But hold up. How tall are you again?
5'11".
Oh, hell no. I knew it, because someone that up.
Hey, man, sit down. I got some questions for you. Sit down.
You got questions.
Do you know what you want to eat?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Take that as a no. Do you know how to take accountability?
Take. Depends on what you did.
Do you know what that means?
Can you use the word in a sentence?
Do you like to argue?
Actually, no.
Do you bring up old shit?
It's because the math was in math.
Can you actually cook?
No, actually, I can't cook though.
Can you?
You're not gonna get me on that one. I can cook.
What's your best dish?
Pastas of all kinds.
You are natural?
Yes, God did produce the fruits of His labor right in this little package right here. Yes, all natural.
All right, last but not least. Do you give head?
Oh no, I don't do all that. Well, that's the sexual abomination onto the. I can't do
Tell
that.
me everything I needed to know.
What's wrong with
You don't give head, and I'm 5'11", so we even.
It'd be the short ones, short and sassy ones too.
I actually love their channel because they're always doing these shorts, which I think are hilarious. But it does bring up some really. They're actually giving you some gems on what to ask in a date. I think a lot of it gets down to the very superficial shit that's not going to matter in your relationship for the long run. But if that's what you want to ask about and make your decision about somebody's height, be ready for someone to do the same to you. I think that people who criticize others for those things, you're going to get criticized back. It is what it is. But some crucial ones to be asking on the first date. Hilarious though, but y'all do you. So you guys have a beautiful day. Enjoy your Friday. Do something fantastic. Those of you who this is your Friday and now you got the weekend off, go do something. Get out of the house, go see something, even if it's a day trip. Go hang out, not hang out like VIP. Go see nature. Get out in the world. See the beauty. There's so much ugliness that we're missing the beauty of the world. So go out and see it, you guys. Until next time, bye.